But at least it was being broadcast. So, quality brings us relief from mathematics and mathematicians and those who would apply that to the devotional line. It's all about subjective culture. That means quality. This is back to our point. Subjective existence. We won't find fulfillment in the objective plane. They say art is a lie that tells the truth. If you want to tell the truth, write fiction. So sometimes it said, the greatest expressions of human thought, they're found in literature, art, etc. And it's all subjective. It's nothing that can be proved, verified, etc. Quantified in that sense. So we're looking for a particular quality. Yes.
Next question.
Next question.
How do we keep the focus when the material energies are pulling us this way and that? From Kishore.
Okay. Oh, I should repeat that probably. How to keep focus when material energy is pulling us this way and that way. All right. Well, this reminds me of a few things. One is the second book we made for Srila Guru Maharaj. After the Search for Sri Krishna, Reality of the Beautiful, I thought that, well, everyone wants to know about Guru. They've got 1,000 questions about Guru. Right? And Guru Maharaj has said so many things about Guru. So we'll collect all of that and structure it and deal with those questions about Guru. And really, I'm preoccupied by original concepts, original expressions, where Guru Maharaj sort of, in sutra-like fashion, encapsulates deep spiritual concepts. So, and there are many expressions. So one was, I thought, all right, I'm going to collect all this discussion about Guru and make a book called, and I ran this by him. I said, so Maharaj, and after he approved it, and I said, so I'm thinking to call it Guru, Heavier Than the Himalayas. Because I thought, that's such a cool title. If I was in a bookstore and I saw on the shelf, Guru, Heavier Than the Himalayas, I'd have to pick it off the shelf and look at it, So it's his expression, but of course I thought I was being so clever, and I thought certainly he'll agree to this, And Guru Maharaj said to me, that is a partial conception, and I was like, it is. And he said, once I wrote an article entitled Sri Guru and His Grace, and if you'll look through there, you'll get some understanding. And my suggestion is this shall be called Sri Guru and His Grace. That's comprehensive. And then so I had a breaker in a chapter, Guru Heavier Than the Himalayas. And that's how that came. But now I want to address that Guru Heavier Than the Himalayas talk, or the Himalaya. If Sandeep was watching, we always have this running. I say Himalaya, you say Himalaya. And I'm not sure. But
I believe he's watching.
Sandeep, I doubt it.
It says right here.
Really?
Janavi too. Yes, Sandeep, Mahesh.
Oh, Sandeep. All right, you are. Well, there you go. I say Himalaya, you say Himalaya. I say Kausalya, you say Kausalya. If I was in Aussie, I would say Kausalya, and you say Kausalya. All right, no broadcast would be complete without that. Anyway, so we got to this point. Guru, heavier than the Himalaya, or Himalaya. So, I remember when I first read Bhagavad Gita, and when it got to Krishna saying in the Aishwarya section, like, and what is Vibhuti, like, of this I'm that. He's naming the number one thing in the world. Like, whenever something excels to the extreme, it's the best or the the deepest, the highest. He's saying I'm that. It's a way of beginning to focus in the midst of the what? Okay, thank you. Anyway, I'm listening. Help me, people. Okay, so when I first read the Bhagavad Gita as a teenager, when it was building up to like of mountains, and I'm thinking like I'm going to know the answer to some of these things. I thought, oh, here it comes. Of mountains, I'm Everest. I thought, here it comes. And he goes, of mountains, I'm Meru or Sumeru. And of course, I didn't even know what that was at the time. Not that I really know now. But let's just say it's a mystical mountain in Puranic literature, without getting into it too much. Right? And so I thought he would be Everest. That's the highest peak, etc. But then later, and highest peak of the Himalayas. Then later he says, of immovable objects, of the immovable, I'm the Himalaya. Right? Hema. I thought, of that which is immovable. And then Guru Maharaj started explaining when he said, Guru, heavier than the Himalaya. And I remember flying from Delhi to Moscow once. You know that flight. There's, depending on where it goes, one of the stans, like Afghanistan, there's sometimes on the route you can look out the window and you have this extraordinary view of the Himalaya. Right? And so I was looking down at that, remembering what Guru Maharaj said, and he's saying, Guru's heavier than the Himalaya. Okay. What do you mean to say? Why they're immovable? In what sense? What is it parallel to Guru? Not immovable by any sort of misconception or any quantity of misconception. Unmoved by that. One of the famous Guru mantras is Tasmad Gurum Prapadyeta Jigyasu Shreya Uttamam Shabde Pare Chanishnatam Brahman Upasamashrayam. He is fixed in Brahma, in spiritual concept to the extreme, and we're not just talking about generic off-the-shelf Brahma, okay? We're talking about deep, Vaikuntha, Adhoksaja plane, the highest aspect of the Adhoksaja plane, a Prakrita Leela of Krishna. Lots of Sanskrit words, just hear them, benefit. And discuss amongst yourselves when I'm finished. So he is so fixed in that plane, he cannot be moved. We're told, Tasmad Gurum Prapadyeta Jigyasu, you who are being blown away this way and that left way, right, to the left, to the right, whatever it was initially, you need to connect to Guru. Right? You need to, like, we have this, some of the men do. People say, what is that? Not now going to go into a litany of Sikha explanations, but in this context, sometimes we're told, take that and tie it to the lotus feet of Guru, and then when the environment's tossing you this way and that way, you may get tossed a little bit, but your compass will be the lotus feet of Guru. Your GPS will be what you've heard from Guru, Vaishnava, Sadhu, Shastra, scriptures. That'll be your GPS. That's how you'll, in the midst of, you don't know where the hell you are, right? You can get so lost at times. Your GPS is, and like find out and reconnect, you need Guru. And to be, interestingly, one, we know Guru generally means like one who removes darkness or ignorance. It's one meaning. It's generally rendered as teacher, spiritual teacher. Right? But in this context, Guru means heavy. How heavy? Heavier than the Himalayas. So, disciple, the word for disciple is lagu, right? Which means light. How light? As a feather tossed away by the winds of, pop consumer culture, bad association,